Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
How is the divine inspiration revealed to you? Allah's apostle replied, sometimes it is revealed like the ringing of a bell. This form of inspiration is the hardest of all. And then this state passes off after I've grasped what is inspired. Please continue watching for more Islamic wisdom from the sacred book of Sahih al-Bukhari.
As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. Pythagoras, vegan. In Bangladesh, someone may politely inquire, Apni kemon ache, meaning, how are you in Bengali? I am Anik. The amicable people of Bangladesh are inspired by your noble virtues. May you find inner peace and serenity in the grace of Allah. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was born in 570 AD in Mecca, in what is now known as Saudi Arabia. At about the age of 40, he retired to a cave in the mountains and engaged in deep meditation. During this period, he received the first message from Allah through the Archangel Gabriel. The gentle Prophet, peace be upon him, was a beloved master who led by his own shining example. His noble teachings, as recorded in the sacred Quran, live on in the hearts of people today, inspiring them toward a peaceful path to find the Most High. In addition to the Quran are the Hadith, or reports of the exemplary actions and sayings of the beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. To be regarded as accurate, a hadith must be meticulously verified with the teachings of the Holy Quran. Sahih al-Bukhari, compiled by the devoted Persian scholar Muhammad al-Bukhari, is considered one of the most authentic hadith collections of Sunni Islam. We now invite you to listen to excerpts of the sacred book Sahih al-Bukhari. Volume 1, Book 1, Revelation. Number 1, narrated by Umar bin al-Khattab. I heard Allah's apostle saying, the reward of deeds depends upon the intentions, and every person will get the reward according to what he has intended. So, whoever emigrated for worldly benefits or for a woman to marry, his emigration was for what he emigrated for. Number 2, narrated by Aisha, the mother of the believers. May Allah be pleased with her. Al-Harith bin Hisham asked Allah's apostle, O Allah's apostle, how is the divine inspiration revealed to you? Allah's apostle replied, sometimes it is revealed like the ringing of a bell. This form of inspiration is the hardest of all. And then this state passes off, after I have grasped what is inspired. Sometimes the angel comes in the form of a man and talks to me, and I grasp whatever he says. Aisha added, verily I saw the Prophet, peace be upon him, being inspired divinely on a very cold day, and noticed the sweat dropping from his forehead as the inspiration was over. Number 3, narrated by Aisha, the mother of the believers. May Allah be pleased with her. The commencement of the divine inspiration to Allah's apostle was in the form of good dreams which came true like bright daylight, and then the love of seclusion was bestowed upon him. He used to go in seclusion in the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone continuously for many days before his desire to see his family. He used to take with him the journey food for the day, and then come back to his wife Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, to take his food likewise again, till suddenly the truth descended upon him while he was in the cave of Hira. The angel came to him and asked him to read. The Prophet, peace be upon him, replied, I do not know how to read. The Prophet, peace be upon him, added, the angel caught me forcefully and pressed me so hard that I could not bear it any more. He then released me and again asked me to read, and I replied, I do not know how to read. Thereupon he caught me again and pressed me a second time, till I could not bear it any more. He then released me and again asked me to read, but again I replied, I do not know how to read, or what shall I read? Thereupon he caught me for the third time and pressed me, and then released me and said, read in the name of your Lord, who has created all that exists, has created man from a clot. Read, and your Lord is the most generous. Then Allah's apostle returned with the inspiration and with his heart beating severely. Then he went to Khadija bint Khuwaylid, may Allah be pleased with her, and said, cover me, cover me. They covered him till his fear was over, and after that he told her everything that had happened, and said, I fear that something may happen to me. Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, replied, never. By Allah, Allah will never disgrace you. You keep good relations with your kith and kin. Help the poor and the destitute. Serve your guests generously, and assist the deserving calamity-afflicted ones. Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, then accompanied him to her cousin Waraka bin Naful bin Asad bin Abdul Uzza, who during the pre-Islamic period became a Christian and used to write the writing with Hebrew letters. He would write from the Gospel in Hebrew as much as Allah wished him to write. He was an old man and had lost his eyesight. Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, said to Waraka, listen to the story of your nephew, O my cousin. Waraka asked, O my nephew, what have you seen? Allah's apostle described whatever he had seen. Waraka said, this is the same one who keeps the secrets, Angel Gabriel, whom Allah had sent to Moses. I wish I were young and could live up to the time when your people would turn you out. Allah's apostle asked, will they drive me out? Waraka replied in the affirmative and said, anyone, man, who came with something similar to what you have brought was treated with hostility. And if I should remain alive till the day when you will be turned out, then I would support you strongly. But after a few days, Waraka died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while. Narrated by Jabir bin Abdullah al-Ansari. While talking about the period of pause in revelation reporting, the Prophet, peace be upon him, spoke. While I was walking, all of a sudden I heard a voice from the sky. I looked up and saw the same angel who had visited me at the cave of Hira, sitting on a chair between the sky and the earth. I got afraid of him and came back home and said, wrap me in blankets. And then Allah revealed the following holy verses of Quran. O you, i.e. Muhammad, peace be upon him, wrapped up in garments, arise and warn, the people against Allah's punishment, up to and desert the idols. After this, the revelation started coming strongly, frequently, and regularly. Number 6. Narrated by Abdullah bin Abbas. Abu Sufyan bin Harb informed me that Heraclius had sent a messenger to him while he had been accompanying a caravan from Quraysh. They were merchants doing business in Sham, Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, and Jordan, at the time when Allah's apostle had truce with Abu Sufyan and Quraysh infidels. So, Abu Sufyan and his companions went to Heraclius at Ilia, Jerusalem. Heraclius called them in the court, and he had all the senior Roman dignitaries around him. He called for his translator, who, translating Heraclius's question, said to them, "Who amongst you is closely related to that man who claims to be a prophet, peace be upon him?" Abu Sufyan replied, "I am the nearest relative to him amongst the group." Heraclius said, "Bring him, Abu Sufyan, close to me and make his companions stand behind him." Abu Sufyan added, "Heraclius told his translator to tell my companions that he wanted to put some questions to me regarding that man, the prophet, peace be upon him, and that if I told a lie, they, my companions, should contradict me." Abu Sufyan added, "By Allah, had I not been afraid of my companions labeling me a liar, I would not have spoken the truth about the Prophet, peace be upon him." The first question he asked me about him was, "What is his family status amongst you?" I replied, "He belongs to a good, noble family amongst us." Heraclius further asked, "Has anybody amongst you ever claimed the same, i.e., to be a prophet, before him?" I replied, "No." He said, "Was anybody amongst his ancestors a king?" I replied, "No." Heraclius asked, "Do the nobles or the poor follow him?" I replied, "It is the poor who follow him." He said, "Are his followers increasing, decreasing, day by day?" I replied, "They are increasing." He then asked, "Does anybody amongst those who embrace his religion become displeased and renounce the religion afterwards?" I replied, "No." Heraclius said, "Have you ever accused him of telling lies before his claim to be a prophet?" I replied, "No." Heraclius said, "Does he break his promises?" I replied, "No. We are at truce with him, but we do not know what he will do in it." I could not find opportunity to say anything against him except that. Heraclius said, "What does he order you to do?" I said, "He tells us to worship Allah and Allah alone, and not to worship anything along with him, and to renounce all that our ancestors had said. He orders us to pray, to speak the truth, to be chaste, and to keep good relations with our kith and kin." Don't be vegan. The fish, meat will offer you high privilege in hell. Serene viewers, we appreciate your kind presence for today's words of wisdom. Please join us tomorrow for part 2 of this program. Coming up next is Glacier National Park, the crown of the continent, part 1 of 2, right after noteworthy news. In the infinite care of Allah, May all your noble aspirations be realized.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Naše programy nabízejí více jazyků. Prosím navštivte suprememastertv.com/schedule a suprememastertv.com/WOW